Good afternoon. Please be seated. It is my privilege to convene the 2024 Diploma ceremony for the Case Western Reserve University School of Law, where we will present diplomas to our graduates whose degrees will be conferred later this afternoon. We also welcome back those graduates who received their degrees this past January and August, who have returned to campus today to join us in these commencement celebrations. We know that for so many of us, this graduation occurs amidst loss, the absence of those we cherish, and discord. We hold fast to the desire for peace, reconciliation, and justice, though we may hold competing visions of what that entails. We commend you, our graduates, for your passion, your intellect, your commitment to ideals, and your ability to respect, listen to, and celebrate one another. When you entered the hall, you were given a sheet with a QR code on the reverse side. If you open the camera app on your phone and hover it over the QR code, you will be taken directly to an electronic version of our full program book. You will find the order for this ceremony on the sheet or on page 45 of the full commencement program book, with the complete list of law graduates on pages 46 to 47. It is now my honor to present one of our two deans of the School of Law, Michael Scharf.
Good morning. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to our commencement ceremony in the 132nd year of this venerable law school. This is the 11th and final commencement that Dean Jessica Berg and I will preside over as your co-deans. So in a sense, we are graduating too, and it's a big day for us as well. We are so happy to be able to celebrate this important occasion with you and your families in the heart of the country's top-rated arts district. At the same time, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge that University Circle occupies the traditional homeland of the Lenape, Shawnee, Wyandot, Ottawa, Putin-Walt Napi, and other Great Lakes tribes who were forcibly displaced in the early years of our country. On the way to the reception following this ceremony, guests may wish to visit our land acknowledgement marker in the law school courtyard to learn more about this history. Now, during the next hour, you'll be hearing from the president of our Law Alumni Association Board, Nicole Braden-Lewis, Associate Dean Avedon Cover, the Student Bar Association President, Jose Mendez-Valdez, the student speaker, Kayla Tharp, Co-Dean Jessica Berg, and our distinguished commencement speaker, the Honorable Charles Fleming. And then the 151 JDs, 42 LLMs, 20 master students, and 21 SJDs from 27 different states and 13 different countries that make up the CWRU Law Class of 2024 will walk across the stage, receive their diplomas, and officially become graduates, alumni of Case Western Reserve University School of Law. The class of 2024 has left an enduring mark on this law school. You know, many of you arrived 3 years ago at the end of one of history's most deadly pandemics. And even as the pandemic waned, there was barely a calm moment. You witnessed repeated acts of racial injustice across the nation, a Russian invasion of Ukraine that marked the return of the Cold War, a horrific terrorist attack, and a bloody response in the Middle East, an environmental catastrophe due to a nearby train derailment, and the most controversial Supreme Court ruling in decades, triggering the passage of a citizen-initiated constitutional amendment in Ohio to protect the right of reproductive freedom. And now we find ourselves in the midst of what is perhaps the most decisive presidential election and divisive presidential election since the Civil War. So I'm going to go off script for a second and say, with all of that going on, if you can get through law school, you can do anything. Rather than become distracted, you retained your focus. Rather than become dispirited, you persevered while building a close-knit community. You not only learned the law, but within and outside our classrooms, you engaged in vigorous yet civil debates about the weighty legal issues of the day. You won an unprecedented number of awards at national and international mock trial and moot court competitions. You edited and wrote impressive law review articles and SJD dissertations that will help shape the law for years to come. You helped document atrocities in faraway lands for eventual prosecution. And in our clinics, on our labs, in our externships, you've worked on cases that have changed and, in some cases, literally saved lives. You have made us all so very proud. Now, no one would ever say law school is easy, especially during these challenging times. It takes a family to thrive in this incredibly demanding environment. It is therefore fitting that we should take a moment to recognize the members of our law school family that played a part in your journey from student to lawyer. Let's begin with the remarkable staff who wisely admitted you to our school, who assisted you in your research, who counseled and advised you, and who helped you obtain your internships, externships, fellowships, and jobs. Even today, many of our staff have been working hard behind the scenes to ensure the smooth running of this ceremony. So please join me in thanking the law school staff. And then there are the members of our outstanding faculty who have taken you under their wings, taught and mentored you, and passed along their passion for the law. From them, you have learned to think, to problem solve, and to persuasively argue like a lawyer. Please join me now in thanking our exceptional faculty. Parents, grandparents, siblings, significant others, and friends, we want to honor you today as well. Your love, your support, your encouragement were vital to our students' success. We thank you for all that you've done for our graduates. Now, graduates, through your resolute efforts, you have obtained one of the most powerful degrees in all of education. With it, you can become the defenders of freedom, the champions of just causes, the protectors of the powerless, and the sage counselors of our society. Well, before you're able to wield all that power, there remains one challenge ahead for many of you. And it's an important one that's going to take substantial energy, focus, and perseverance during the summer. Back in 2020, we had a record 95% of our graduates pass the bar. JD graduates, I challenge your class that has done so much who has made it through so much adversity, I challenge you to beat that record, and I know that you're going to do that. With all that you've had to deal with for the past 3 years, I believe no challenge is too great for this group. Now, shortly, you will become alumni of this historic institution, forever part of the Case Western Reserve family. Now, while I'm stepping down as the dean, I'm not retiring. I'm just going to be repositioning, and I plan to remain at the law school for many, many years to come. So my faculty colleagues and I are excited to watch you on the next stage of your journeys, and we will continue to help you whenever we can. We want you to remain in contact, to share with us the stories of your first experiences, your challenges, and your glories. And we hope that you will give your support to the generations of law students that follow in your footsteps, as our alumni have done for you. So let me end by congratulating you on all that you have achieved at law school and all that you will achieve in the years ahead. Thank you. Now it is my great pleasure to turn the program over to Nicole Braden-Lewis, the president of our Law Alumni Association Board. Nicole?
Thank you, Dean Scherf. Good morning, class of 2024. I'm Nicole Braden-Lewis, a proud member of the class of 2001 and president of our Law Alumni Association Board. As soon as each one of you walks across this stage and receives your diploma, you too will become members of the Alumni Association. Welcome. It is my pleasure and privilege to share this happy day with you. The enthusiasm on your faces as you become law school graduates is so inspiring to me. You have worked and worked for this achievement, and you have something now that can never be taken away, your law degree. From a prestigious law school and from an excellent university. The skills you have learned and developed in law school will serve you in whatever path you choose. Skills like issue spotting, reasoning, communication, time management, and advocacy. When you look around, you will find countless ways to use those skills in service, both service in the sense of providing valuable legal services for compensation and service to the greater community, service to indigent clients through pro bono representation, or service to a nonprofit organization that is meaningful to you through work on its board. Those opportunities are waiting. The need for you is great. You can do so much good. The Alumni Association is here to support you along the way. Your relationship with our school and with your fellow alumni does not end here. Now you join the alumni, 12,000 strong across the globe. Judges, legislators, government officials, law professors, attorneys, business professionals. Opportunities for involvement abound for our alumni, from assisting our school with student recruitment, mentoring law students, a few years from now, mentoring new graduates, newer than you, networking to look for your next position, networking to help someone else find their next position. The Law Alumni Association Board will make sure you have opportunities to support the school financially, too. Supporting the law school is not just giving back in thanks for fond memories. Not everyone loved law school. Supporting our school is supporting the future of our profession. Graduates, on behalf of the Alumni Association, I wish you every continuing success. Congratulations.
On behalf of the faculty and staff of Case Western Reserve University School of Law, I congratulate each of you on your graduation. It has been an honor to have you as students at our law school. We are very proud of your outstanding achievements, both in and out of the classroom. We are confident you will excel in your professional careers and will continue to contribute a great deal to your communities. I have the honor of presenting the Order of the Coif. The Order of the Coif originated in 15th century English Inns of Court to honor the best barristers. It was started in this country by a handful of law schools over 100 years ago to honor the top students in each class. We honor those members of the class of 2024 who are graduating in the top 10% of their class. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Please hold your applause until I call the last name. Antonia Sophia Misek. Addie Christine Griffey. Michael Patrick O'Donnell. Donna Tysacek. Brooke Christine White. Victoria Marie Lawler. Daniel Moisenko. Kyle Andrew Pirasuti. Mitchell Joseph Corsi. Kelsey Ryan Moore. Alexandra Constantina Boyiru. Hunter Christopher Siren. Corey A. Wetzel. Nicholas Blankenbaker Noyes. Rose Carlion. Congratulations to all of you. You may be seated. Pages 48 through 50 of the Commencement program book list those graduates who have been recognized for their academic and extracurricular excellence with special honors and awards. Those students, both JD and LLM, who are graduating with academic honors will be recognized as they receive their diplomas. I am pleased to announce one award that is announced at commencement and is not included in the commencement book. The Cum Studiis Tumoribus Principes Award, which is presented by the Society of Benchers to a member of the graduating class who is eminent in academic work and character. This year's award recipient is Antonia Sophia Misek. Congratulations. Michael Svard, the Israeli human rights lawyer, writes, "One of the main arenas for the struggle over any society's character, and therefore that of humanity, is through the law." Raja Shahada, the Palestinian human rights lawyer and founder of Al-Haq, writes, "One begins thinking it is possible to live many lives, but ends up having to choose one, and is distinguished and shaped by it." You have all chosen the legal profession, which is a service career. The law school recognizes that this class has continued a strong tradition of showing a commitment to helping those who are less fortunate than we are. The volunteer work in which many of you have engaged is an inspiration to all of us here today. It is my privilege to recognize the winner of the Jacob Hecht Pro Bono Graduating Student of the Year Award. This award recognizes the student who completed the greatest number of pro bono hours during their time in law school. The School of Law established this program to encourage students to use their education and professional training to benefit the community, particularly underserved communities. This year's recipient is Brandon Berkey. Congratulations. It is also my honor to recognize the recipients of several other awards, all of which were chosen by a ballot of you, the graduating class. The awards for community service are given to an individual and to an organization that has made the strongest contribution to public service. This year's award for community service for an organization recognizes the law school chapter of the Refugee Outreach Collective. I invite all of you who have contributed your time to the law school chapter of the Refugee Outreach Collective to stand and be recognized. Congratulations. This year's award for community service for an individual, also chosen by a ballot of the graduating class, goes to Emily Warline. Congratulations. The Martin Luther King Jr. Award is given to the graduating student who, in the judgment of classmates, follows in the character and the conduct and the spirit of the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. This year's recipient is Victoria Bonds. Congratulations. Jose Mendez Valdez is the outgoing president of the Student Bar Association. He will announce some additional awards as well as our student speaker. Jose, please come up to the stage. It's like calling you in class, just waiting.
Hello, class of 2024. How are we? Hi, Mama. So it is my absolute pleasure to announce the following awards. I know today is a celebration of us as students, but we know that we could not have done it alone. And so there are three people that I think we would like to recognize. Our first is LLM Professor of the Year. Oh, when I call your name, please stand and please help me celebrate these individuals. So our first award goes to LLM Professor of the Year, Professor Jack Turner. Up next, we have JD, Teacher of the Year, and the Best Pizza Maker, Professor Michael Benza. Up next, we have 1L, Teacher of the Year, Professor Sharona Hoffman. And finally, it is my absolute honor to present the Dennis J. Jenks Memorial Award for Administrator of the Year, Associate Dean of Student Services, Leilani Marshall. Dean Marshall, I truly couldn't have done anything this year without you, so I really appreciate you. And now, I am pleased to turn the time over to my fellow classmate and evidence buddy, Kayla Tharp, who was elected by the graduating class to be our student speaker. Kayla, please come up to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here to celebrate the graduating class of 2024. It is an honor to be speaking on behalf of my classmates And I'm especially honored to be up here today because just a few short years ago, I was a college dropout. I had no direction, no plan, and no purpose. I moved to Little Rock, Arkansas with my now wife, and I applied to a job on Craigslist at a small law firm. I was hired as a mail courier before I moved up to clerical assistant and then legal assistant. And that's when I started learning more about the practice of law, and I decided that maybe this was my purpose. So I went back to school full-time while I kept the job at the firm. And by the time I left that job after 5 years, I had been promoted from courier to paralegal, graduated with a BA in criminal justice, and was accepted into law school at Case Western Reserve University. And today, I, as well as all of us, have the immense privilege of earning my law degree. Now, I want to talk about that word privilege because it irks a lot of people. People feel like if they acknowledge that they have privilege, it takes away from the struggles or the hardships they've endured. But that's not true. Each of us have privileges and hardships in varying degrees. And the combination of these things and how we use them to interact with the world, it's what makes us who we are. For instance, my privilege is what got me the job at that law firm. The way that I spoke and dressed, my upbringing, it's what got me through the door. But overcoming some of my struggles through hard work and determination, that's what got me through that door to this stage. We all have stories like this. In fact, most of us graduating today are here because of a combination of privilege and struggle. It's a privilege to earn a higher education, and our struggles may be what inspired us to do so. To come here and create a better life for ourselves, our families, and the people and communities that we will serve. Now, this is a law school speech, so I feel compelled to quote a noteworthy lawyer. And luckily for me, Barbara Jordan has the perfect quote. And it was actually the quote that I chose for the slideshow. Barbara Jordan was the first Black woman from the South to be elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. And she said, "It is a privilege to serve people, a privilege that must be earned. And once earned, you have an obligation to do something good with it." That idea that we have an obligation to do something good with our legal degrees, it's not a new one for us. We've heard time and time again that if we don't like something, it's up to us to change it. And that can be daunting. Now, I might sound negative for a moment, but I'm tying it into a positive message, so please stick with me. We've spent the last 3 years learning about the law and learning about its ugly truths. We've seen how it can negatively impact marginalized communities, how it can keep corrupt people in power, and how it can take away hard-earned rights. And when we learn about that ugliness, we're told that we, as the young new legal minds, are the only ones who can change it for the better. To be clear, I fully believe in that goal. And I'd bet that that goal is what brought most of us here today to law school. But that goal can feel impossible at times. It can fill us with hopelessness. And it can feel unfair to be handed something that's broken and told we need to fix it. Speaking for myself, I've been filled with doubt many times these past 3 years, wondering how I, as one person, can change things for the better. But at the same time that I was learning about the law, I was learning about my classmates. And I learned that there is a way to change things for the better. That's by changing hearts and changing minds. When I came to law school here at Case Western Reserve, I learned that being different can be celebrated. I met so many classmates with different religious and cultural beliefs, different worldviews, different social values and norms. I learned about their different life experiences and the obstacles they overcame. I was inspired by their stories and their friendship. And I learned that all of those differences explain why and how people think the way that they think or do the things that they do. And I started to change. I questioned things I hadn't before. I considered other points of view, and it changed my heart and my mind. Now, my classmates who got to know me very well know that I love the band Nickel Creek, which is not the same as Nickelback. It's different. And while I was working on this speech, I kept coming back to this lyric about change. And it goes, "We can only change someone as much as we are willing to be changed." In our legal careers, we will have the opportunity to change the hearts and minds of our colleagues, judges, lawmakers, and most importantly, we'll have the opportunity to change the lives of our clients. If we're lucky, those people and those experiences will also change us. And if we're really lucky, it'll change us for the better. To my family and friends, my professors, colleagues, and to the class of 2024, thank you all for changing me for the better. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayla. It is now my honor to present one of our two deans of the School of Law, Jessica Berg, who will introduce our keynote speaker.
It is my great pleasure to introduce the Honorable Charles Fleming, Federal District Court Judge for the Northern District of Ohio, and a 1990 Case Western Reserve Law School graduate, as our 2024 commencement speaker. Judge Fleming has had a distinguished career. After graduation, he was an associate at Forbes & Associates in Cleveland, and then served for 2 decades as the Assistant Federal Public Defender in the Office of the Federal Public Defender for the Northern District of Ohio. In that role, he was the investigative and paralegal staff supervisor from 2010 to 2016, and the Cleveland Trial Team Supervisor from 2016 to 2021. On September 30th, 2021, President Biden nominated him to serve as one of the 11 judges with a lifetime appointment on the United States District Court for the Northern District of Ohio. He was confirmed by the Senate on February 1st, 2022, and sworn in on March 11th. By all accounts, Judge Fleming's trial skills are something to behold. In fact, it's rare for a public defender to be selected for a federal judgeship. During Judge Fleming's confirmation, experts pointed out that having Judge Fleming, a former public defender, on the federal bench will improve the federal judiciary and raise the status of public defenders within the profession. Judge Fleming's accolades are not limited to his professional roles. Associate Dean Brian Adamson, who was a roommate while they were both in law school, shared that Judge Fleming is one of the most hilarious storytellers he ever met. Invariably, something he said and did would have the bridge or rotunda reverberating with peals of laughter. Finally, I would be remiss in failing to recognize that Judge Fleming, an avid cook, is an award-winning barbecue grill master. While we do not get to sample his amazing creations, we are looking forward to hearing his inspiring remarks. Please join me in welcoming Judge Fleming here today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That sounds like a funeral. Good morning. This is a graduation. And congratulations to the class of 2024. After years of arduous work and seemingly endless final exams, you have earned the right to be in this moment. You've also earned the right to party till the wheels fall off. It is fitting, though, that your path to this point has at times been very difficult and may have even seemed insurmountable, because it created within you an enduring respect for that piece of paper you're about to receive, respect for the rule of law, and respect for the legal profession. And as you continue on this path of excellence and continue to do great things, remember that there will be trials and tribulations. But let this moment be a perpetual reminder to you that there is nothing that anyone can put on your path or in front of you that you cannot conquer. I'd like to leave you with a few thoughts One is the lesson that I learned playing Little League baseball as a kid. Now, when I learned this lesson, I thought that it was just a baseball lesson, but it's actually a life lesson. And that is that you don't know if you're going to hit a home run unless you swing the bat. What you do know is that you won't get anything if you don't swing. It doesn't matter whether you struck out yesterday. That is completely irrelevant as to whether or not you will hit a home run tomorrow. You just have to keep swinging. What you also know is that the moment that you decide to put down that bat and stop swinging, from that day forth, you will stop hitting home runs. So never put down the bat and never stop swinging for the fences. I'd also like to leave you with a poem. It is my very favorite poem. It hangs in my office. It hangs in my home. I'd like to believe that I live my life in some sense by its words. And Dean Adamson has heard me say this poem many times. The name of the poem is Invictus by William Ernest Henley. The name is Latin for undefeatable, just like all of you. It goes like this. Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Members of the class of 2024, each and every one of you, keep being the master of your fate. Keep being the captain of your soul. Keep doing great things. And keep making us all so very proud of you like you have today. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Judge Fleming, for that incredible speech and inspiring words. I now turn things over to Associate Dean Leilani Marshall, Professor Jonathan Gordon, and Professor Jack Turner for the presentation of diplomas.
Deans Berg and Scharf, faculty and honored guests, it is my great privilege to present the class of 2024 graduates who have received the Doctor of Juridical Science. This terminal degree is awarded for 2 or more years of advanced academic study and research in the field of law. Our SJG graduates will be hooded by Professor Jonathan Gordon, Director of the SJD program, and Professor Jack Turner, Director of the LLM program. Ahmed Muhammad Al-Busayfi. Rashid Muhammad Al-Hemeri. Sada Hamad R.A. Alcara. Dalal Hamad Al-Shamri. Nasser Duaim Al-Subai. Xingu Li. Aisha Omar Meduk. It is now my privilege to present the class of 2024 graduates who have received the degree of Juris Doctor. Those graduates who have earned their degrees with honors can be identified by the honor cords over their lapels. Gold for summa cum laude, silver for magna cum laude, and white for cum laude. Shai Avraham Binyamin Adler. Heavenly Patrice Aguilar. Luke Raymond Antomchak. Caroline Webster Atlas. Emery Grace Bedo. Mara Emily Bay. Kaylee Plaisir Bajent. William Albert Baker. Alec William Bashine. Angelica Dominique Blair. Nathan Alexander Bly. Alexandra Constantina Boiru. Victoria Elizabeth Bonds. Ian Spencer Braddock. J. Elizabeth Broderick Kress. Han Fon Tsai. Rose Carlion. Jessica Elizabeth Chapman. Marlene Giselle Shavana. Chase Alexander Clark. Jacob Leonard Cohen. Frances Marie Collins. Mitchell Joseph Corsi. Catherine Helen Crawford. Margaret Mary Crookston. Hunter Christopher Siren. Gianna Marie DeGeorge. Kelsey Christine Del Monte. Kayla Nicole DePalma. Mackenzie Ellen Dietrich. Kaylee Nicolette Elliott. Patrick Michael Elliott. John Mark Erickson. Logan Ewing. Anna Eleanor Friedman. Allison Grace Gerburick. Isra Ghanem. Richard Cody Giles. Sean Rindal Goodman, Jr. Addie Christine Griffey. Mia Nicole Guy. Michaela Emeline Pulverini. Mark M. Haddad. Amanda Lee Hayes. Jenna Catherine Heine. Caitlin Herlihy. Alexandre Huzet. Daniel Cheney Howard. Isabella Catherine Jackson. Peyton Ashley Jakomick. Tiffany Kristen Johnston. Lucas Rex Katz. Claire Elizabeth Kelly. Joshua Corsandi. In addition to his Juris Doctor, Mr. Corsandi is also graduating with a Master of Compliance and Risk Management from the School of Law. Tiana Marie Kirkpatrick. Caroline Augusta Kish. Daniel Mark Lauricella. Olivia Quenzi. Victoria Marie Lawler. Meng Li. Casey Elizabeth Lindstrom. Christine V. Love. In addition to her Juris Doctor, Ms. Love is also graduating with a Master of Compliance and Risk Management from the School of Law. Spencer Luckwitz. Mariam Wahid Mehboob. Hachmat Zachariah Mana. Elise Dalton Manchester. Grant Marshall. Madeline K. McDaniel. Cole Campbell McKee. Jose D. Mendez Valdez. Alexandra Lorca Mendez Diaz. David Michael Meredith. Trevor Douglas Merrill. Sharon Marie Miller. James Simon Peter Meisner. George Louis Manzone Diaz. Kelsey Ryan Moore. Daniel Moisenko. Anya Lupita Myri Silburn. Antonia Sophia Mysick. Jane Celine Norris. Ms. Norris is also graduating with a Master of Compliance and Risk Management from the School of Law. Nicholas Blankenbaker Noyes. Margaret Aquinas O'Connor. Michael O'Donnell. Tyler Kirk O'Neill. Neka Elise Onye Coulaget. In addition to her Juris Doctor, Ms. Onye Coulaget is also graduating with a Master of Compliance and Risk Management. Aquia Bema Opong. Kayla Chengna Orel. Alexis Marie Page. Catherine Ann Pennick. Kyle Andrew Parasuti. Emma Hope Peters. Gabriella A. Phillips. Amanda Christine Price. Alston McClure Quillen III. Dustin David Reed. Eliza Marla Roberts. Maria Ann Romito. Taylor Ronnebaum. Jenna Gabrielle Rosen. Corey Crawford Roth. Theodore Joseph Russell. Mr. Russell is also graduating with a Master of Compliance and Risk Management. Eleanor Louise Salisbury. Yanni Kostandinos Saris. Bryce Schlenker. Nicholas Rock Schneider. Amanda Rose Schwaben. Hannah Elizabeth Cyphers. Sarah Joan Scott. Christina Elizabeth Sebastian. Joel Dylan Shamba. Richa Sharma. Shunu Shim. Martin Dong Je Shin. Rachel Brianne Stark. Adam P. Stuller. Jessica Emily Sysak. Andrew Joseph Shapanik. Wesley Adam Taylor. Elizabeth Ann Crapo Thacker. Kayla Wilson Tharp. Kyle David Timmerman. Madison Marie Turk. Donna Tysachuk. Nicholas Indri Venarthos. Francesca Elizabeth Veris. Isaac Hampton Verhelst. David Michael Walters. Lauren Renee Wayman. Chad Michael Wiseman. Corey Alexander Wetzel. Brooke Christine White. Aris M. Whitty. George Wyatt Workinger. Alexandra Abbott Wright. Emily Amy Marie Warline. Pepe Tsang. Xingyi Zhang. Samuel Joseph Zimmerman. Bailey Ann Zugan. I will now turn the time over to Professor Jack Turner to present the class of 2024 graduates receiving master's degrees.
Deans Berg and Scharf, faculty, and honored guests, it is my great privilege to present the class of 2024 graduates who have received the degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Compliance and Risk Management, or Master of Laws. Yahya Mohammed Al-Ardan. Nora Ahmed Al-Asiri. Abdul Salam Abdul Halik Al-Awadi. Faisal Abdullah Al-Dubaibi. Mohammed Ibrahim Al-Hussein. Saleh Abdulatif Saleh Al-Mitten. Hatim Saleh Al-Muteri. Nasser Merzouk Al-Otaibi. Abdullah Majid Arweli. Bishayer Saleh Al-Twairish. B. Joan. Dai Shu Wen. Ikpowanza Ehima. Fan Shujoa. Gao Ifan. Liang Wen Wei. Lu Yuanjun. Radhika Pravin Morjaria. Camilla Flora Ortega. Felice Thornton Porter. Corentin Julien Saint-Giraud. Tong Sing Hong. Danielle Denise Westbrook. Xu Zie. Zhang Yuiran.
By the order of the Board of Trustees and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I now confer upon these candidates the degree of Doctor of Juridical Science, Juris Doctor, Master of Arts, Master of Compliance and Risk Management, or Master of Laws, and admit them to the honors, rights, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Please join me in offering a big round of congratulations and applause for all members of the Case Western Reserve University School of Law Class of 2024. Congratulations. We have reached the close of our celebration. In a moment, the recessional will leave the building. To our guests, we would appreciate if you could remain in your seats while the faculty and graduates have exited the building for the academic recessional. There's another ceremony in the venue starting soon, so please do move away from the building before stopping to converse and take photographs so the staff are able to reset the auditorium for the next ceremony. There'll be plenty of time and space to take photos throughout the campus or at the law school, where we hope you will join us for a celebratory brunch. To our graduates, as you reflect on your time here and begin this new phase of your life, consider the words of Maya Angelou. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. You will not choose the challenges you face. You certainly didn't choose the ones you faced these past few years, but you will choose how you react to those challenges and the pathways you choose in response. Or as some have said, you can lament that the rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice that the thorn bushes have roses. With these final comments, I now declare an end to our 2024 commencement. Thank you, and good luck.